Welcome to the Wednesday Bible study coming to you from Macedonia Baptist Church. And today we're continuing our study in the 23rd Psalm, and we're going to be focusing on verse 2 that tells us how the Lord leads us. The 23rd Psalm paints a beautiful word picture of how the shepherd, Jesus, cares for his sheep, and that's all believers. A Christian should always remember that Christ is our provider, our pathway, and our protector. Verse 2 says, He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. And of course, the context that this is in is that this is a shepherd and he is leading his sheep. And in that leadership, he takes very good care of them. Think about sheep who are out, maybe they're having to cross over partially desert land. The sun is just so hot bearing down on them, and they can become very tired, very thirsty, very hungry, just really needing some rest. And the shepherd knows a place he can take them, and he takes them to that place, and it's a place that has water running through the area, and because of that, some green vegetation, grass especially, has popped up along the sides of the water, and maybe there's some rocks there that protect that grass even more as they hang over and creating shade. So this is the place that the shepherd is going to take his sheep. We, as human beings, we all need a place to come to the side and refresh ourselves. And, we think about all the haste and worry and the toil of life, and there desperately is a need for seasons of quiet, pleasant restfulness. Several years ago, one of our church members made it possible for Judy and myself to go to Ohio. This church member had a daughter and her husband who ran a bed and breakfast, but its main intention was to offer ministry servants, people who served in the ministry, to offer them a place to come and to have a Sabbath rest. And we were very impressed with this house and the couple who were there. And they didn't let us talk with the other folks about denominations and religion so much. We could have casual conversations with them, but not so much in the realm that would bring us to possibly disagreeing or something. And so the week went very well. One time a day, we had a little devotional together, and the rest of the time, each couple could go outside, walk around, enjoy the grounds. We could even get in the car if we had free time and go and see some of the towns in that area. And of course, this was in the Amish country of Ohio, so we saw some very interesting things connected with the Amish people. But this was a week that Judy and I were able to just take a break from our normal schedule and go to a place where uh, each room had spiritual books that we could read. There was a library there where we could get spiritual books, and we could spend time just talking with each other. We could read. Uh, we could enjoy the countryside, and so it was a good time for us. Seasons of rest are necessary to recover and fit the exhausted worker for the sometimes harsh requirements of active life. Whether you're in the ministry or not, but if you're a Christian and you are living a life that is sometimes very rushed and you can become very tired, it is very necessary to go to the side and try to recover your strength and energy. The Lord knew this when he gave the Ten Commandments, and he made provision for a Sabbath day's rest every week, and so the law provided that for the Jews, so they could have some time to recharge. And of course, the church, we observe the Lord's Day on Sunday. But if Sunday can't be your Sabbath day, you ought to have one. Any of the days would work. And it just means you take a break from your normal duties and try to do things to enjoy your family and friends. Try to do things that maybe would build up your Christian life in some way. So all this is very necessary for every believer. The soul must rest peacefully in God's favor and in peaceful, hallowed communion with Him to satisfy its keenness, hunger, and quench its fiercest thirst. Go back to the sheep. Think about the sheep, and the shepherd leads them into this real cool spot. It is it's not the hot, dry air of the desert, but it's a place for refreshment. And as God's people, we need those things ourselves. So we'd like to remind you about our Sunday school at 9 a.m., our worship service at 10 a.m. here at Macedonia Baptist Church.